EGENCO is a company that was created some 2.5 years ago. This was after the unbundling of ESCOM, which used to be vertically integrated, and we had generation, transmission, distribution within one company. But in 2016, government decided to unbundle ESCOM, and out of it came generation 2017. We had noticed a number of gaps, which we looked around for some people or institutions that could support us in addressing those gaps. We had the SAP Power Africa coming along to support us. And one of the areas that we had emphasized on is to develop our own culture. We have now developed the gender and social inclusion. It's one of them. Performance management system, where we have now developed the balanced scorecard through the establishment of the monitoring and evaluation department. These have been key in our establishment of the company, and that as we will be going into the third year of operations, we know we have the best footing that can propel the company forward in its culture. We had just launched our strategic plan in July this year. After the launch of the strategic plan, what we have noticed that now almost all the staff in the company, especially the senior supervisor and above, have come to recognize that for us to effectively implement this strategic plan, we need the monitoring and evaluation aspect. We have seen that as the past 2-3 months after the launch of the M1E department, we have been able to, on a daily basis, so to say, be able to monitor how each and every department is performing, and more especially for me as a CEO to get a feel of what is happening on the ground. One thing I should mention is that through the training and the contact with the Usaid on the gender aspect, I have noted personally that the members of staff now, as I mentioned, from the supervisory level, and now even on the gender aspect, I've seen that there is that sensitivity as people are talking to each other, and especially when people are working together with the women, there is that sensitivity to understand that we are all equal. This should be an ongoing development in our culture. That is our key, that the social and gender inclusion becomes part of our life in our daily operations. And I believe that as we go forward, this will have a big impact in our production and operations as a company. In our discussions with SAP, that we continue to have your monitoring over the monitoring and evaluation. And that continued monitoring and supervision of our establishment and operations of the M1E will help us that we should have a robust M1E department. And that robustness of the M1E department will help us also to have a robust operation system and efficiency in our delivery of our services, our investments, and development of further power generation capacity in the country. EGENCO is not just another company. We need to be a company that can be recognized by our own characteristics. And one of those characteristics is to embrace change. So I would want to urge my colleagues in the company that as we live in our daily operations, in our daily employment life, let's look at what changes, what innovations that we can bring along. And that is what can propel us forward and be a different organization that Malawians and our stakeholders and the public, and even ourselves as employees, would want to have such a company. A company that would embrace diversity, a company that would promote inventions and innovations, a company that would want efficiency, a company that would want to grow the platform power generation in the country. Thank you very much.